Many RV and van camping modifications use wooden floors. Wooden floors brings comfort and make people feel at home. I like my barefoot feet stepped against it and feel the wood's texture and the warm touch. It is also warm in winter and cool in summer, and some of the wood even emits a natural timber fragrance. Inspired by these videos, I also want to give it a try. In the previous video, I introduced the retractable floor mats I made for my Berlingo. One of the main design goals is to retain passenger seats. Keeping the passenger seat allows for more flexibility in planning. For example, when there is a need for a multi-person trip, the space in the car can be adjusted in a timely manner. Apart from this goal, I also wanted to meet the following goals in the design of the wooden floor. Easy installation and disassembly. Designed to be easy to install and disassemble, not only easy to clean, you can also quickly switch configurations from work to leisure in different modes. No changes to the car interior. The extensive changes to the car's interior may reduce the car's safety coefficient. It may also lead to the failure of sound insulation and thermal insulation, and even face the risk of illegal modifications. This will also cause problems in the future inspection or resale of the vehicle. Therefore, I have always insisted on the principle of no trace modification. Reasonable cost, low skill required, considering that hiring professional interior designer for car modification is expensive and even might not achieve the desired results. I prefer to do it myself, although I am not a professional designer, but I can make my car more comfortable and beautiful step by step with reasonable cost and easy method. Based on these ideas, I will introduce how to make wood flooring in a simple way for your reference. Since it is impossible to fix a large sheet of wood that can adapt to the change of the seat, a design that can be flipped or folded must be considered. Also, the installation of the hinge will cause unevenness or visual imperfection. So I took reference from IKEA's bed-based slats. The use of fabric strips to connect the boards inspired this project. Consider a strip arrangement to build. The use of scrolling to adjust the area and range of the wooden floor. You can have a large area or both additional seating. For example, many minivans can keep the third row of seats as a backup, normally stowed in the back, and remove the second row of seats to allow for a maximum area of wood flooring. When there is a need for the third row of seat, you can roll the wooden floor to the front and set up the third row of seats. Before starting to build, I need to find the required materials and tools. Among the many types of wood, I chose Cypress as the wood flooring board. The reason for this is that compared to commonly used woods such as oak and pine, Cypress is easy to process and highly durable and has been used as a precious building material since ancient times. It has a rich aroma, delicate texture, and is resistant to termites, insects, and decaying bacteria. The texture is tough and flexible, with a moderate hard, soft feel for the comfort of the feet. To avoid mildew on the wood, I plan to apply a water-based polyurethane finish to the wood. It fills the natural holes of the wood and prevents water from penetrating the wood cells without covering the original grain and color. Water-based wood protection paint does not contain toxic heavy metals, formaldehyde, and other substances harmful to the environment and the human body. Moreover, it is water-resistant, stain-resistant, easy to clean, and does not easily leave watermarks on the wood. I would choose to use nylon webbing to fix the wood panel. On one hand, it is made of extremely high strength material, which is tough and not easy to break. On the other hand, it has small pores that allow hot melt glue to penetrate and increase tensile strength. The size of the webbing must be wide and thin. This is to allow for a larger contact area and to avoid height differences. After deciding on the concept and material, we need to measure the dimensions to verify whether the practice is feasible. Measure the whole plane after flattening the passenger's seat. The width of 120 centimeters and the length of 210 centimeters are obtained. Then I started to look for wood. I found a batch of Vietnamese cypress wood panels at a lumber manufacturer in Hualien. Each piece was 240 centimeters long, 3.5 centimeters wide, and 0.75 centimeters thick. The thickness of the boards was sufficient to support my needs. So I bought 30 pieces of boards and cut each one to 120 centimeters in length. Repeated sanding and varnishing help to remove surface unevenness and fill holes. This not only prevents the wood from rotting but also makes it more comfortable to touch. Arrange these boards and use hot melt adhesive to glue the 4 pieces of webbing to the boards. The wooden floor is rolled up and is completed. I brought the wooden floor to the car for the first installation test. I didn't expect it to be uneven and it even fell off. Analyzing the failure, there are 2 main reasons. The arrangement of the boards does not have gaps, resulting in mutual collision and dispersion. The melting time of hot melt glue is not enough to penetrate the fiber and not enough adhesion, which will cause such a situation to occur. So I rearranged it such that there is a little gap between the boards and use the iron to heat the hot melt glue to soften it fully. Let the hot melt glue penetrate the fibers of the board and the webbing to make a tighter bond. After fixing these deficiencies, I took the wood floor to the car again and unrolled it to flatten it. This time, the process went smoothly with no falling off. The test results are in line with my concept without changing the original fitting of the car. The wooden floor can be easily installed and removed and rolled to accommodate passenger seats to fit different usage spaces. No difficult techniques. I made the wooden floor for my Berlingo in the easiest way possible. This design also facilitates the replacement of flooring. It can be matched with different situations to create different styles. I was off from work and I loaded the items onto the car. I drove to the nearby beach to check the feel of the wood flooring. Flatten the back seat and spread the floor forward to change the passenger seat mode to camping mode. Stack miscellaneous items forward to create a wide wooden floor area. In summer by the sea, sitting on the wooden floor is more comfortable. It makes me feel cool and comfortable, and I can also smell the faint scent of wood. Everything is set up. Brew a pot of tea, and then you can relax and enjoy the sea view. Travel and design have always been a passion of mine. Although the home on wheels is small, I want to make it as comfortable and beautiful as possible, just like a small flower blossom in the cracks of an old wall that is patchy. A small change can enhance the quality of the space. I hope this timber flooring construction can set a standard for my Berlingo no trace modification. It can achieve the function with good hand feel and simple fabrication, and it allows for the possibility of change.